everyone, and welcome to Financial Coach for You Team Weekly Motivational Message. Yes, I am Financial Coach Ray. I'm the founder, the CEO of Financial Coach for You. Every single week, we meet here live, virtually. So you could use your smartphone, your laptop, your iPad, even your desktop to join us. Because the world we live in is rapidly evolving. So we at Financial Coach for You have to change with the times in order to connect with the masses, which allows us to stay ahead of the game. So this is interactive. So feel free to use your chat feature to the right of your screen to communicate with us, the panelists, and other guests who have joined us. We provide great motivational messages for you to jumpstart your business or use it personally. So please get ready to take some good notes. And also, at every time we meet here, my goal personally, and I know Coach Wakeel, and I'll introduce him in a little bit. Our goal is for you to take away little nuggets that you can implement not tomorrow, not next week, but right now. You can share the information that you get with other people that you get in contact with. Remember, knowledge is power, but when you apply that knowledge, it's priceless. So, without any further ado, I'd like to introduce my co host, Coach Wakeel Serrano. He is our team leader here in Texas. He's coming in from Texas. And so, I consider him wise beyond his years. So, Coach Wakil, if you don't mind, open up in prayer and then your short motivational seconds, and we'll get started.
All right. Thank you, Sister Ray. I want to thank everybody who could join tonight. If we could just please bow our heads. Dear God, we come to you as humble as we know how. We just thank you for another beautiful day to be in your presence and witness your grace and your mercy upon us, dear Father God. I ask that you open our hearts and our minds to be motivated tonight, dear God, that we see the obstacles ahead of ourselves and we take them head on, dear Father God. I ask that you continue to allow us to find the strength in you so that we can push forward and prosper the way you see us prospering throughout the week, dear God. For those who are traveling tonight, I ask that you give them safe traveling mercies. Those who can make it tonight, dear Father God, that they catch this message and really hear it, dear God. We ask all this in your most precious and wonderful name. We thank you and we love you. Amen.
Amen.
All right, for my motivational seconds tonight, I wanted to talk about a topic that everybody knows and everybody has been prone to know since, I don't know, since the day you were born. And I want to start off with say, why quit? You already started going you already started going forward, so why go backwards? You will live your life with regret or of never finishing or playing out what you were trying to do. You're going to continue to play out scenarios of the way things could have gone. Why quit? So you can never tell someone else how to complete things, how it feels to have faced your odds and pushed yourself to the highest potential. Why quit? So that you can never be a leader, never make a difference. If the easiest thing is to do is to quit while you're ahead, then think about there are many reasons to quit, but only one reason to finish what you started. And that is up to you to find out. Never give up on something that you choose to pick up. We often look and feel that, man, this is just too hard. There is no way that I can complete it. If that was the case, the opportunity would never have been brought to you to begin with. You see what I'm saying? You have to remember that the enemy is always on you about multiple reasons to quit, but you never find that one reason to keep on until you have completed the task you started. So just remember, never quit and never give up. Back to you, Sister Ray.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. And that just takes us to our topic for this week, Wakil. It's entitled "Never Give Up" because you could be at the edge of an explosion. You could be at the edge of succeeding. And so we encourage you never to quit, never to give up. So thanks for your motivational second. And so now, can you imagine that, a lot of people have dreams, right? And,
All
and,
right.
and so they dream about everything that they can think of, especially when you ask a kid, what do you want to be when you grow up? That child, that mentality of that child, they haven't been beat up by society yet. And so their dreams are huge. I want to be an astronaut. I want to be a doctor. I want to be a lawyer. And then as they grow up, those dreams just like it just disappears. You kind of wonder what happened here. People for centuries have turned their dreams into action. But then there are some that turn their dreams into nightmares. And so I say never give up. On the other hand, there are thousands of people that have dreams, Wakil, and they're failing to take action. It's almost like it's definitely like having faith, but then having no works to go with that faith. So you try something and then you're like, it didn't work. It's not for me. And they give up. But they give up so early in that stage of life that if only they had just held on for a little bit longer, if only they had just pushed a little bit harder, they would have seen the results of their hard work. What do you think on that, Wakil?
I think you said right there at the end when you said the results of the hard work that clicked right there. What we fail to see in today's society is the actual hard work that some people are putting in behind the scenes. We quick to see people who have made it. People always have the success stories. I made it doing this. I made it doing that. But what we don't see is what they did to get to that point. How many months, days, years it took for them to become a CEO, manager, supervisor, team lead, whatever it is that they're proud of their accomplishment that they did. We never saw that. So in our eyes, all we see is that instant success, and we want it. So we go out there, we try, what the person said in the testimony that they did. It doesn't work for us, and then we say, you know what, it's not for me, like you said. But that person's testimony was that person's testimony. You have to
Right,
find your own. What I'm saying? You have to find your own steps, your own way to success, and then tell somebody else about it. We don't all have the steps that you did to create FC4U. I can't take to create FC4U. I have to find my own steps. I can mirror some of your steps. I can ask you for advice, but I really have to find it my own. And the reason why I think finding it your own is because you lock onto it more. You get that ownership saying, I struggled. I went through blood, sweat, and tears to get where I'm at. So
right,
ain't nobody tell me how to get where I'm at because they didn't go through what I went through.
right, right. And it's almost like, Wakil, you see people that are successful and you're like, wow, man, they got life so easy, but you really don't know exactly what it took for that person to get to where they're at. And you might not even be able to walk a mile in their shoes.
Exactly.
Take for example, people that have succeeded in life, right? They have. If you look at and you ask them, you interview them. So tell me, what did it take for you to succeed? And I tell you, time and time again, you're gonna hear, I failed a lot. I failed a lot, but I didn't just lay down and die. I got back up and figured out, a better way to do it. Try different methods. Here at Financial Coach for You, when I started this company way back when I was in the military, things weren't smooth. I had to tweak things. I had to, okay, this doesn't work. This approach doesn't work. Let me try another approach. And you're like, wow, this worked really great. And then you try something else and, oh, wow, this doesn't work. Absolutely doesn't work. I got rejected. People said no to me. Do I just lay down and die? No, I come back up with something that I know that people need. To where Financial Coach for You is right now, I said it's a well-oiled machine because of so many failures, so many trial and errors, and then you tweak it and you come back stronger than before. Right? What do you take on that, Wakil? Anything to share?
Yeah, I think for me personally, what I do is one, I remember where I came from. I remember my situation. And I find other successful people and I figure out where they came from. And I try to see if I can relate. You know what I'm saying? You got a lot of people who their success story started from a not so good family lifestyle. Maybe a family of 8 living in a 3-bedroom home. No running water, no food, things like that. Those types of struggles that made that hunger inside of them to be successful rise up. And so as I walk around and I see other people who are failing, I look at them and say, okay, you failed at that. How can I make sure that I don't fail at what you failed at? You know what I'm saying? Because I understand what you went through, but at some point you quit. That's where I need to meet myself at and make sure I don't do what you did because I see your result. You know what I'm saying? I know what failure looks like. You know what I don't know what looks like? The success yet. I want to know what that looks like. I want to know what that feels like. So that's my hunger to keep moving forward. I don't need to know what everybody else is feeling because what it looks like to me, you're failing. And we're all going to be sitting on the same playing field, on the same couch or corner saying, man, life is rough, man. We can't make it. We can't make it. No, that's not me. That's y'all mentality. I got to move forward. So you have to find successful people and really compare yourself to what they're doing in a sense. Don't copy them, but really ask yourself, am I really putting forth the effort I need to be as successful as they are? Because their testimony said they did this. But have I really done everything I need to do yet to be successful? Or am I just thinking that I did, telling myself that so that I can accept my failure and be content?
Right. Right. That is so true. Because if we tend to look at people and say, you know what, that person has failed, and I don't want to go down that path, then I mean, who are we kidding here? Steve Harvey, I listened to a clip, a video clip of his, and right after they do the Family Feud, he spent some time to talk to the audience, just on a real tip, and so they had the cameras running, and he was talking about how when people just stand at the edge of their life, right? They stand at the edge and they're looking at other people succeed. They're looking at other people soaring. People are going on extravagant, vacations, and they're driving their dream car. They're living in their dream homes, and this person looking at all this success, and they're like saying, "Wow, I wish, I wish, I wish." And you know what he said? The key is these people that you see soaring around you, they had the courage to jump. They jump because they know that their parachute is going to open. And it's having faith that I know if I jump and if I know that the Lord would allow my parachute to open, that's when you're going to see success. Because he wants to know, okay, where is your faith? If you say you trust me, then jump. And that's where a lot of people miss the boat, Wakeel. They fail to jump. And they see people around them winning. And instead of saying, you know what? Can you train and mentor me? Can you show me how you get to where you're at? Can you, just have me under your wings? Instead of them doing that, they sit back and they criticize. They sit back and have nothing but negative things to say about people. But at the same time, they're not winning. I don't associate myself with people like that. And I tell you why. I don't hate on them, but I just do not associate myself with negative minded people. That will take your ship down big time. You want to be around people that are positive, people that's going to encourage you to bring out the best in you, people that's going to say, you know what? Let's jump together. You know what I'm saying? And so
Yeah.
when you're in business, you got to have those type of people around you because if you have negative, pessimistic type of people surrounding you in your business, you are not going to succeed.
Yeah, and I mean, what I feel about that, especially when you're talking business, in life in general, you have to always make sure that you're testing yourself. You're finding your level. Everybody worries about their Facebook status and where they're at in life, but they're not testing themselves. Where were you at the same time last year? Are you further? Or are you still in the same boat? Are you still at the same step that you were at last year? Or are you going above and beyond what you're doing? A good way to test yourself. It could be daily things. Somebody tells you at work to do your job. Okay, are you doing your job or are you going above and up above your job? Yeah, you may
Mm-hmm.
not be getting paid for the extra work, but are you challenging yourself to do more? Or are you just waiting on somebody to say, hey, I'll give you an extra dollar if you do a little bit more? Or I'll give you that raise if you do a little bit more. That shouldn't be, what I'm saying? That shouldn't be the cycle. You should want to do more to better yourself regardless of monetary value. That's the true challenge. Are you pushing yourself to be better than what you know you are? Because if you're not, then why are you doing what you're doing? Why are we living? If you can't wake up each morning knowing that I'm gonna do better today than I did yesterday, why am I continuing to move forward? That's another form of quitting right there. But it's
Right,
subconscious. You already quit because Monday through Friday you don't think about gaining success. All you think about is getting through the week.
right. And then the thing is, if you are in a job that you really hate to go to, I would say you need to find something that you're passionate about because you are basically hurting yourself. You're hurting yourself physically, hurting yourself. If you on Sunday night have knots in your stomach because you go into this job that you just detest, you really hate, you need to find yourself something that you're passionate about. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. And then you're gonna get people who say, "Oh, well, it pays the bills," or I'm not in a position to find another job right now," which is completely understandable. I know that jobs aren't easy to come by, and I understand that life happens. I'm not knocking that at all. But like you said, in the event that opportunity approaches, what are you doing with it? Are you mainly jumping to that safe net? You know what? This job is my security net. This job is only paying me. Are you even really trying to look for another job? Are you trying to push yourself to maybe do something more? Maybe your skill is only right here, but that doesn't mean you can't train yourself. I go to school with people that's in their 40s, 50s, 60s years old. You know why? They're going back to get more education because
Right.
somewhere along the line, in order for them to move up, they need a higher education or they need a piece of paper that says, "Hey, I got my associates or I got my masters, I got my bachelor's. I can now accept this manager position or a supervisor position." And then your whole world changes. Like you said, you're no longer going to work with knots in your stomach. You're going to work knowing that you're in charge of something. You get to
Right.
change. Maybe you didn't like the work schedule. Guess what? Now you're in charge of making the work schedule. You see what I'm getting at here? Maybe you didn't like the way the supervisor treated people. Guess what? Now you're the new supervisor. So all these options can become possible for you if you just really push yourself to be there. It's going to take some time. It's going to hurt. It's going to grind. You're going to, have to suck up to some people over time. But as long as you prevail and keep pushing yourself to get where you want to get, can't nobody stop you. Can't nobody stop you on God's green earth but God from getting where you truly, truly want to be.
Right. Absolutely. And you know what helps me? I know what helps me keep my mind focused on never quitting. Okay. It's positive quotes. So I was thinking, we can actually go through some quotes because I pulled up some quotes and we can just dialogue and dive into it. Here's a quote that I like here, Wakil. It says, pain is nothing compared to what it feels like to quit. Pain is nothing compared to what it feels like to quit. What is that? How does that resonate with you? I see
Well,
you
from,
smiling over there.
from what I remember about pain is temporary. Actually that pain is going to stop. But when you quit something, that pain lives forever. It stays
Right,
constantly a reminder. Every time you think about quitting, you're reminded of that pain. It's like, what's the saying? They say, old wounds, it take time heals all wounds. You know,
right,
in the event that you keep reminding yourself, you're refreshing time. It's like you're restarting that clock on that pain so that wound never has time to actually heal.
right,
I can take on that.
right. So what I get from that is, the pain of regret. Because when I think about the people that started off with me way back in 1996, they're no longer around me. They're no longer around me at all. And so I know that they're looking and saying, wow, if only I stuck with her, if only I didn't quit, where would I be today? So the pain of regret is huge. You know what I'm saying? It's like, just like with Microsoft, when he started in that garage, you know, um, yeah, what's his name? Apple guy?
You're talking about Apple with Steve Jobs.
Steve Jobs, yeah, 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 yeah. When he started in that garage, he had other people that, were there with him and didn't want to go forward. They're like, this is crazy. You wasting your time, man. Ain't no way you can have, computers that talk to you. There's no way we can do this FaceTime thing, because back then they couldn't see the vision. But now
Hmm.
they can kick themselves in the butt. Think about that pain. Think about that
I
pain.
heard.
Yeah,
You're talking about a multi-billion-dollar company that all
right.
you have to do is stay on board and follow this man who had a vision. Yeah, sure, he was very uptight about a lot of things. Yeah, he had this crazy mindset that nobody can get on board with. But if you would have just stuck it out with him through all of his gripes and moans and stuff, you could be sitting next to this man. Well, God rest his soul. But you could have been sitting next to that man with all his success that came behind his hard work because you stuck by
That's true. That is
him.
so true. So true. So I say this to say, who's on board better stick. They better stay on board because I know they don't want that pain of regret. So here's another quote by Richard. Let me see, Richard Mark. A professional writer is an amateur who didn't quit. Professional writer is an amateur who didn't quit.
I like that one. That one to me means that no matter what you do, how far you go, you always got to remember you're a novice at what you do. Because if you keep yourself level, grounded, then you can always learn something new. You know, you get too big headed, you get too professional, then anything new comes, guess what it's going to do? It's going to come right beneath you because you consider yourself so high up. So you're missing everything else that's still flowing with your lifestyle because you're so focused on being up here. You have yet to receive anything new that can push you higher.
Right. And then to add on that is a professional writer. As an amateur, you're always learning. You're always learning new things. And so he gets better and better and better as he moves on with the same, job or the same hobby or whatever he's doing. So that's another way of looking at it. Harriet Beecher Stowe. When you get into a tight place and everything goes against you, till it seems as though you could not hang on a minute longer. Never give up then, for that is just the place and time that the tide will turn. Huge.
That's literally one word.
hmm
That's the meaning of faith.
Yeah, yeah,
The meaning of faith. I mean, you get to many points in your life where you just don't see no doors, you don't see no options, you don't see no way out, and all you see, for some reason, this has always been funny to me. For some reason, you see a reason to fall, but you don't see a reason to go forward. And it's like at that minute when you just say, you know what, I think I can fall. I might be okay. You know, I'm gonna hit a couple of bumps and scrapes, but I climb back up to the top again. That table turns, and you're like, I'm glad I held out. You know, that goes back to the whole regret thing you were saying.
right. And so it also, if you're it deals with passion. You have to have passion about a certain something that causes you not to quit. Okay, what keeps you up at night? When you look at your why am I in business? If your why is not big enough, you quit. Your why has to be so big that it keeps you up at night, that you dream about it, you think about it, you eat about it. Everything that you do has something to do with your why. When you get that passion, that type of passion inside of you, ain't no quitting in your game. People quit when they let the spirit of fear get in them. And the spirit of fear tells them, you know what? You're not good enough. You're not pretty enough. You're not smart enough. Ain't nobody gonna listen to you. You don't know nothing about money. Now you want to work as a financial coach? Are you kidding me? When you hear all these negative thoughts and the spirit of fear gets inside of you, you're done. You are done. You have to stand up and face fear right dead in its face, right? You have to stand up and just be courageous with the help of the Lord. Now, you got to have Him in the center of everything because if you don't, you fail. Because I'm telling you, there's going to be tough times. It's going to be hard times. It's not no smooth sailing when you're in business. I don't care what type of business you're in. You're going to face the tide and you're going to feel like just tossing in that towel. But that's when you hold on, and that's when you keep pushing. Because just like giving birth, right? When the pain is the most sharpest, that's when you push the hardest. And that's so you know you forget about the pain because here's a beautiful baby. Okay, that's an analogy. I know, I know, but you feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When you go through that process of giving birth and you have that child, that beautiful child, you forget about the pain and you just enjoy the moment. You enjoy what you have and you feel that taste of success. That's why I tell people you don't want to walk a mile in my shoes. You don't know what I go through on a daily basis, and I go through that just so I can help you go through it. Isn't that powerful?
Yeah.
That's huge.
Yeah. I mean, that means a lot. Like you said, you don't know what I go through. You know, everybody's shoes are different. Everybody has their struggles. Everybody has their pain. Some of us are more blessed than others, starting out, and some of us have to struggle to get where we're at. But regardless of what we do, even one day in somebody else's shoes will blow your mind. Not even talking about having to understand their schedule in life or how they talk to people, how they feel about certain situations. You have to truly put all your emotions aside and take on their pain, their understanding, and their love all in an instant and push it back out to the world. And to do what we do here at FC4U, we have to constantly put aside our own personal just to take on somebody else's to put together and give it back to them, saying, "Hey, we fixed it. We fixed what was broken, and we give it back to you." And we hope and we care as much as we do with our own personal heart that what we did for you will work. It takes a lot to do. It takes a lot to do that. Constantly putting
Yeah,
yourself aside for somebody else.
right. Absolutely. And then the last quote I want to end on is Lance Armstrong. He said, "Pain is temporary. It may last a minute or an hour or a day or even a year, but eventually it will subside and something else will take its place. If I quit, however, it will last forever." That is huge right there. That is huge. And so here at Financial Coach for You, we bring you valuable information every single week that's going to help you be all that you can be. We're here ready and available to meet you individually, put together a detailed financial game plan for you, no matter what your financial situation may look like. Guess what? We don't charge a fee for our services. This is our way of basically helping you. This is part of our ministry. There are companies out there that will charge you a fortune. I know. I've been there, done that. Okay. But if you are dreaming of one day starting your own business, or you are in business right now and you just need some help, some guidance, we're here. We can lead you in the right direction. If you're serious about building a solid foundation, I'm talking about getting your financial game plan in place. You have to take that first step. And so don't wait until it's too late, until you're on your last minutes, your last hour, and then come out there and try to get some help. Because an ounce of prevention is better than a pound of cure. So we teach financial literacy as financial coaches to young and old. We mentor young kids as young as elementary age, and we have senior citizens that we also teach and mentor. So if you need to get a hold of us, you can reach us at financial coach, the number four, the letter U.net. Fill out a survey questionnaire, and we will get back with you ASAP. Coach Wakeel, you want to give out your contact information in Texas?
Yes, I can be reached at Wakeel, WAKEEL, at financial coach, the number four, the letter U.net. Please email me anytime. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Usually busy between 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. So um, please feel free to contact me anytime. I'm willing and able to give out any advice, any help that you guys may personally need.
All right. So you might be thinking, why do we do what we do? How do you get paid? Huh, great answers, great questions. So we're always looking for licensed and unlicensed people throughout the U.S. We work virtually. If you have the heart and the passion for truly helping God's people, you'll be perfect. We will fully train you and mentor you to become a financial coach. There's no fee for that. I keep saying, and you're like, well, there is a catch. There's a catch. There's no fine print here. We're here to train. We're here to mentor. If that's you, contact us. Go to our website, like we mentioned, financial coach, the number four, the letter U.net, and click on the Mastermind tab. If you like what you see, request the information, and we'll get back to you. So I'm going to turn it over to you, Coach Wakeel, for any closing comments and pray us out.
All right. As far as closing comments I have tonight, we talked about not quitting, and that's a really big thing of mine. I'm the type of person where if I open my big mouth to take on any type of task or any type of assignment, I make sure that I complete it, because that's a reflection of me. That was my word, that was my bond. And it's everything if I say, you know what, I quit, I give up. that diminishes my character and who I am. And I feel strongly about what I say I can do. So just going forward, if you tell yourself you're going to do something to the best of your ability, try. And if you can't, please feel free to reach out to anybody. There's nothing wrong with reaching out. There's nothing wrong with asking for help. What's wrong is you quitting before you try to do it again or reach out. That's about all I really have for my closing remarks. I will close out and repair. Ugh, tongue twisted. I will close out with prayer. Goodbye. Dear God, once again, we just thank you for tonight. We thank you for every opportunity that we get to get online and talk to people and really use our voices and allow you to minister through us to continue to talk to people to help change their lives, dear God. We are glad to be vessels so that you can do what you need to do for your purpose of your people, dear Father God. I ask that you just watch over us tonight. Camp your angels around those of us who may be sick or ill or who may need some personal prayer tonight, dear Father God, that you just really reach out there and touch them on the shoulder, let them know that you've not forgotten about them, dear Father God. I ask that you prepare us for this upcoming week, that we stay in our right mind state and we push ourselves forward and we challenge ourselves to do better than what we did yesterday, dear God. It's in your precious, wonderful name. We thank you and we love you. Amen.
Amen. Have a good one. And until next time, be blessed. Stay highly encouraged.